going on, guys? Hess here from CollectiveKicks.com. If you guys want to shop this week's top sneaker deals, check the link in the description. In this video, I wanted to go ahead and cover the top 5 Hypebeast sneakers of 2017. I did reach out to you guys on Twitter and ask you guys what are the top Hypebeast sneakers of 2017, and I had a ton of replies. I'll go ahead and post them on the screen right here. A lot of these are the ones that I will be mentioning in this video, but if you guys have a difference in opinion, go ahead and weigh in the comment section and let me know what did we miss from the thread and from this video. Before we get into the actual top 5, I do have 2 runner-ups that I want to mention. The first one being the Undftd Air Max 97 from the ComplexCon exclusive colorway. Actually, all of them were pretty hyped up, but this one in particular generated a ton of hype with that Air Jordan 4 vibe. And the next runner-up, which is another Air Max 97, which is from the designer Sean Wotherspoon, the owner of Round 2. And I saw him at ComplexCon, which is actually kind of cool. But this is like an all-vegan shoe. There was no animal products to make the shoe, which Saucony's actually done a couple of those in the past, but I thought it was a cool little nod and a really refreshing way to be able to create the Air Max 97. Also, those will be releasing in 2018, so I picture the resale going down and the demand going way down once 2018 hits. But look out for those on Air Max Day in 2018. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into the top 5 of this countdown. So the number 5 spot, in my opinion, goes to the Satin Royal Air Jordan 1s. It could also be the Royal Air Jordan 1s, but really the Satin version was the one that was more hyped up. The Satin Bread ones released at the end of 2016, so it definitely set the stage for the Royal Satin Air Jordan 1s as well. And these things were extremely limited, and thus they are in high demand. But it is kind of cool that they did a play onto the OG colorways and a different fun sort of theme. And shout out to Jima Wong. I believe he was the first one seen rocking this colorway. It would have been cool to be able to cop either pair, but they're definitely not ones that are easy to obtain. So the number 4 most hyped up sneaker of 2017, in my opinion, goes to the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Zebra colorway Pre Restock, which, if you remember, the hype and the mayhem on this shoe when it first released was absolutely insane. It was definitely the most talked about V2 out of all of them, I think, when the first drop happened, because it was so extremely limited that the resale was up to $3,000. It settled in around $1,700, $1,500 or so, but once they did the restock, then the resale dropped to half of that, to about $700 or $800. So definitely kind of interesting the way that numbers play a really prime part in the market, but numbers aren't everything. The colorway definitely has something to do with the hype as well. The semi-frozen yellow colorway just did not live up to the hype for the most part. The resale is about $600 or $700 on those ones currently, which is roughly the same resale price of the zebra colorway, but the yellow zebra colorway is basically way more limited than what the zebra colorway ended up because of that massive restock. But it's fun to think back to the way it was before the restock and the mayhem and the hype that ended up happening once that drop ended up going down. So moving into the number 3 spot, we have the NERD Human Race Trails, and these things drew a ton of hype from the very first images that we saw. The Human Race Trails in general, when we first saw images, they were not as hyped up as the original pack that ended up dropping. And I think the reason partly is because of the trail part of the shoe, but when first images came of these, everyone went crazy, including myself. Pharrell and Nerd and Neptunes and everything that he's brought to us audibly has been awesome. So this shoe would have been dope to get. It was a ComplexCon exclusive. I tried for 2 days to try to get these shoes and completely struck out, but super dope colorway. The reflective You Nerd down the middle of the shoe and the reflective laces definitely set off the shoe. Unfortunately, those letters are not embroidered like the first pack. They're just kind of pressed on, which is a little bit unfortunate considering the resale of these shoes are going for like $4 or $5 grand right now. So definitely a hyped up shoe. Definitely one of the shoes that set off ComplexCon and definitely had the most people interested in trying to be able to get this pair from the raffles that they ended up having. And it's interesting to see this version of the NMD bringing back all of the hype to the NMD, because a lot of the hype has died down towards the end of 2017. And we're seeing a lot of models actually just sitting in shelves, which is a great opportunity to buy them. If you're really looking for an NMD R2 or the CS2s, I highly recommend checking them out. You can get them well under retail now. So the number 2 spot for the most hyped up sneakers in 2017 has to go to the Kaws Air Jordan 4s. Definitely a shoe that drew a ton of attention. Lots of rumors about the shoe before it ended up dropping, lots of images that ended up being false. Then we saw these amazing looking shoes once they actually came to life. And you see the double X's on the back. The branding is super clean on this one. They definitely did an amazing job on this collaboration with Kaws and Jordan brand. And the best part about it to me is the high quality materials. You have a leather liner, and then on top of it, you have the glow in the dark soles that just completely set off the shoe. The retail price was a bit steep though. I believe it was like $350. The resale on the shoe was up to $2,000, $2,500, eventually settling in down around $1,400 or $1,500. It seems like the market is right now. But then after we ended up getting the first colorway, you can't really say Kaws 4 without mentioning the black colorway, which ended up being a little bit tricky because a lot of people thought it was friends and family only. And then we found out it was going to be the Black Friday sort of weekend release. And then it was just the raffle on Kaws side only. Hopefully, Jordan will actually have a release on the sneakers app of the black Kaws 4. That would be awesome. It's definitely a shoe that I want to get, but obviously I struck out on Kaws' website, and it's really hard to get your hands on a pair. The resale on the black pair is about $1,200 to $1,500 as well, and it's just a really clean looking shoe and a nice reinvention of a silhouette that we all know and love. I've seen them in person, they look amazing, but it would be even better to have them on feet. But this definitely takes the number 2 spot in my opinion of one of the most hyped up shoes, and definitely was a breath of fresh air into the oversaturation of Jordan retros that we saw in 2017. All right, so we made it to the number 1 spot on the countdown. If you guys are enjoying the content, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you guys are new to my channel. Hit that little notification bell when you want to be notified when I post videos. So the number 1 spot has to go to Virgil Abloh's Air Jordan 1 that was reconstructed in the Off-White collection. This definitely was a shoe that generated the most hype of the year in my opinion. I know it's kind of like an Oscar moment in a sense where most people have short-term memory and they remember seeing a movie in the last 2 months before the Oscars that ended up happening, and then it ends up winning like Oscar of the Year and all that crazy crap. It sort of is the same sense because these dropped like within the last couple months of the year, so it's all we remember hearing about and all we remember talking about. But the sheer volume of hype around the Off-White collection and Virgil and what he did with the Air Jordan 1, particularly on top of the other 9 shoes that he reconstructed, I think it definitely generated the most amount of hype, and it was one of the things that was most talked about because he reconstructed a classic colorway in a sense with a Chicago style vibe over top of it and just was able to give his own twist to the shoe. Now, if you know anything about Jordan brand, this is next to impossible to be able to do. Like, Jordan has full control usually over what the products are, and if he doesn't like something, he's going to throw that design concept out the window. And Virgil had full reign to do what he wanted, and it was a blessing that they let him have this freedom because he really knocked this one out of the park. It was such a unique and odd concept and very hard for even hardcore consumers to understand conceptually what was going on, but he executed it so well. He made something that was deconstructed, reconstructed, and functional at the same time. Aesthetically, it was just a really cool change of pace for 2017 and really a glimpse into the future of what sneakers can become. Considering you have a classic model from 1985 that is now talked about in 2017 as the number 1 shoe of the year over and over and over again. It's exciting for me to talk about, and it is exciting to see how he's able to make this happen in this 2017 year where the saturation again was at the maximum amount. So kudos to Virgil, kudos to Nike and Jordan brand for really ending the year on a bang and really giving us something exciting to wait for in 2018. Anyways, that is all we have for this top 5 video. Let me know what you guys think about the video. If you agree or disagree, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section of what top 5 you would rather see in this countdown, or if I got some of them right as well. But thank you guys for stopping by and watching, and once again, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this Top 5 Tuesday series, and if you guys want to see more top 5 videos, check the playlist in the description. And have a good rest of the day, and we'll catch you guys for some more videos soon. Peace, guys.